there are a few different like, related words that I think is kind of interesting to see how they differ, like community and movement and tribe, maybe even culture. I think they're like intersecting. So I'm gonna, I think, okay, I'm gonna start with drawing pyramids. I like pyramids. I use them a lot actually to explain different things. I think these three pyramids represent the three pillars of a community, like the three foundations of a community. And the first one is, of course, the people. And the reason it looks like a pyramid is that this is a, I forgot the name, it's here. This is from a guy called, my notes here, Gideon Rosenblatt, if you need to Google for him. Basically what you do is you split your community into different engagement levels. So at the top, you have your leaders, or your ambassadors, or your well, like the main figures of the community. And at the bottom, you have your observers, the people who are not really involved yet, but they follow you and they know about you, but they're not involved yet. And then you can split this up into different levels, on increasing levels of engagement. And just to show you an example of that, I'm going to show you the video here. I think you've seen this video before. It's like it went viral a couple of years ago. So I think you might recognize it. But for the people who haven't seen it, I think it can frame the discussion. Oops, let's see here. Let's wait for the picture, and maybe we can. Where's the light?
Should we erase it? Erase
the pyramids? Yeah, I can move them. Yes, I can draw them again. So, have you seen this? Yeah. So this guy is a leader, a community leader, or a movement leader, perhaps.
What he's doing is so simple, it's almost instructional. This is key. You must be easy to follow. Now here comes the first follower with a crucial role. He publicly shows everyone else how to follow. Notice how the leader embraces him as an equal. So it's not about the leader anymore. It's about them, plural. Notice how he's calling.
Oops, sorry.
You stand out and you brave ridicule yourself. Being a first follower is an underappreciated.
They seem to have fun, at least.
The first follower transforms a lone nut into a leader. If the leader is the flint, the first follower is the spark that really makes the fire. Now here's the second follower. This is a turning point. It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut and it's not two nuts. 3 is a crowd and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than just the leader. Everyone needs to see the followers because new followers emulate followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, then 3 more immediately. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point, and now we have a movement. As more people jump in, it's no longer risky. If they were on the fence before, there's no reason not to join in now. They won't stand out, they won't be ridiculed, and they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. And over the next minute, you'll see the rest who prefer to stay part of the crowd, because eventually they'd be ridiculed for not joining. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how a movement is made. So let's recap what we've learned. If you are a version of the shirtless dancing guy, all alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals, making everything clearly about the movement, not you. Be public, be easy to follow. But the biggest lesson here, did you catch it? Leadership is overglorified. Yes, it started with the shirtless guy, and he'll get all the credit, but you saw what really happened. It was the first follower that transformed a lone nut into a leader. There's no movement without the first follower. See, we're told that we all need to be leaders, but that would be really ineffective. The best way to make a movement, if you really care, is to courageously follow and show others how to follow. When you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first person to stand up and join in.
Yep. That's about starting a movement. So does anyone here feel like a lone nut? Or as a first mover? I don't know. A lone nut? So this is a very very physical representation of what a community or a movement looks like, where you have all these people dancing together. A community or a network is, someone said, a group of people with a shared. What was your identity? Yeah. And what's the difference between a community and a network? I would say that a community has more values, maybe a purpose, some sort of direction. I don't know if that's like if that's clear what I mean, but I think that's the difference. A network is more like a structure of people, I guess. So I mean, a community can be a network, but maybe not the other way around. Maybe. Actually, that sort of brings me over to my next pyramid, which is I started writing what you said here, but the vision and the why, because this is a people pyramid, and the next thing is this. I'm stealing a term from a guy called Yuri Engelström, who coined the term. I think he coined the term social objects, which is basically what we talk about, the reason that we start the community. At the very bottom, this could be like if you have a photography and social network site, then of course the social object is the photos. But as you raise up in this pyramid, you start to talk about shared beliefs, values. There are conflicts. There are like different schools of thoughts and all that. All this is like the glue that keeps the community together. Sure.
One glue must be that these are invited and these are not.
Yeah, maybe.
A community is also those who are not invited.
Those who are not invited. If you want,
And if you see for the government is this kind of community.
Yeah.
Like all the Swedes are community. They're
Yeah.
living in Sweden.
Yeah.
And
Maybe.
we are paying that community with taxes.
Yeah.
And then we are sharing it. But it's very important to identify who doesn't fit.
Yeah.
I think. Otherwise, you cannot write the borders. You're right.
That's we talked about this before. Do we have is this a strict line? Is anyone allowed here? Or do we have some sort of like a ceremony or something that you need to pass? You need to be accepted by the community in some way. So that also depends on how you want to build it.
It also raises the interesting question of when do you exclude people from the community?
Right.
Not just implicitly by
Yep.
them not having become part of the community, but by they are in the community, but they are no longer
Yeah.
fit for the community, so to speak, for some reason.
And that's probably the most important role for you as a community leader, actually. You have rewards and you have punishments as well. To be the one who, I mean, I used to work as a community manager for Sony Ericsson, and I think we had a couple of 100,000 members in that community. And one big part was, of course, to find the trolls and the people who didn't contribute to the discussions and try to just get rid of them. So definitely, that's because as a community, I mean, as a community leader, you're not necessarily on top here. You might as well be like standing on the side. The leader here could be more like the cultural leader or the person that people look up to in the community. It doesn't have to be the community leader itself. So we talked about. I'm going to show you a second video here. I think we've mentioned a few words here. We mentioned vision, and we mentioned why, and we mentioned cause and movement, and purpose. And I think this second video. This second video is, I think it's a fun display of maybe the difference between a cause and a purpose. Bada bing, bada boom, whoops.
Holy shit! I did it! He's under there! I got him! I fucking got him! Jesus, I'm gonna need a shovel. Oh, this is delicious. I mean, you know, it's like when you work for your meal, when you really work for it, it just tastes that much better, you know?
So, what are you gonna do now?
Huh. Never really thought about it. Been chasing this damn bird for 20 years. I'm not really trained for anything else. I guess I kind of let my life get away from me.
Well, I'm sure something will turn up.
Okay, that's a pastrami on rye, pasta salad, 2 Diet Cokes.
No. It was 1 Coke and 1 Diet Coke.
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
Well, we've been waiting an hour.
I know, I'm sorry.
What the hell kind of place is
I'm
it?
sorry! God damn it, I'm sorry! All right? I'm just having some fucking identity issues right now, and I can't think straight, and I just get off my back, because you don't know what it's like!
Wiley, you're fired.
Mom and Dad, fucking forgive me for this. And then, all of a sudden, it hit me. I knew who I wanted to be. And I untied myself from that catapult, and here I am.
Well, that is such a relief.
I know. So, if you have about 45 minutes, I'd like to talk to you about the Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit.
So, what can we learn from that? Did he have a purpose in life, or did he have a cause? As I said, I mean, you can really imagine Mr. Coyote here being the one rallying people to catch the Roadrunner, to being the leader of that movement, to say that we need to catch them and eat him, I guess. But he didn't alone. He never started a community. But you see, that's also, I mean, once you reach your goal, you sort of like this dies because you don't have a why, you don't have a purpose. So in order to make a community sustainable, it needs to be something stronger than just reaching the goal or catching the bird or whatever it is. It needs to be something stronger. Any examples of that, or any thoughts about that? Do you know? Have you been part of a movement or a community that you joined and then it flamed up and then just died away? The arenas, the places where we meet. So now you have the people, you have the stuff that we talk about, the reason why we're there, and we have the places there where we meet. And I usually just draw this as a so at the bottom you have these fast-paced social media avenues like Twitter, like Facebook, like this. There's like short messages all the time, bam, 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 all the time. And up here, you have like this yearly gala show, this award show where you say that now we celebrate our community members, and this happens like it's slow and engaging. And down here it's fast and well, less engaging in a sense. Temporary, yeah. And this line here is maybe like roughly like this is like the digital world, and this is like the, I guess, the physical world, or the analog. And meetups, I guess they're somewhere here in the middle. Meetups are they take some efforts. You need to get here. They're quite slow, but you can run them quite regularly, and you can have like a monthly meetup, as in our case. And I think that's, you take Startup Dojo as an example. We only run this. We could have set up like some sort of the yearly Startup Dojo award show or something. Maybe it's coming.
Company of the year.
Company of the year, Startup of the year. I think this is good to think about when you're designing your community. Can I fill the entire pyramid with stuff like from the bottom all the way up to the top, and just design the arenas where people can meet? If you bring all this together, you get something like a, I don't know, like a picture of your community. I don't know, it could look sort of like this. It looks like a radioactive warning signal or something. But I think an exercise for a community organizer is just, can I fill this out? Can I fill all these pyramids out? Do I know what's in them? Or do I have holes?